FIA Formula 2 kicks off its feature race here at Emilia-Romagna. We're set to go for what's going to be a very exciting race. Let's catch up with the weekend so far.
Driver wide, it's Cordeal. He's lost second place. Bouncing over the curbs.
We have a 10-second penalty.
Great pictures from the curb cam. Maloney waited and waited, and he's been rewarded third place. Colapinto round the outside and steals the race lead. Franco Colapinto takes the win. For the first time, we're going to have a driver from Argentina on the podium in Formula 2.
And we're all set to go here for what's going to be a very exciting FIA Formula 2 round of the championship. It's the feature race in the fourth weekend of the season. What are we going to have? With Gabriel Bortoleto lining up on pole position, Behrman starts in second position. We're in for a very entertaining weekend as well.
The feature race for FIA Formula 2, this round number 4 of 14 of the season. We go racing for 35 laps today around this 19-turn circuit, 4.9 kilometers in length, just the one DRS zone, which will become active after one lap. Today, a little bit different to the sprint race. They qualify in the order they finished after qualifying practice on Friday, and we have the compulsory pit stop today. It should have been another historic result in terms of AIX Racing scoring their first points with Taylor Barnard, Alex Brundle, but they picked up a penalty post-race.
They certainly did. Not following the start-up procedure for the formation lap led to that DQ for Taylor Barnard, unfortunately. Today a new day though, 35 laps of racing, mandatory pit stop, and a beautiful tribute helmet on the head of our pole sitter, Gabriel Bortoleto. The Brazilian driver will launch from pole position, his second pole position start of the year, yet to win, yet to finish on the podium. This could be a huge day for Bortoleto, huge day for Behrman as well, who starts alongside him. And it could be the moment where Ollie Behrman really launches this year off the mark in terms of points after having a really difficult start to his Formula 2 season. Let's see how the rest of them line up for this Formula 2 feature race, Chris.
Let's talk you through the grid. Two drivers on the front row then. Well, we'll go to the back row first, shall we? Jack Crawford and Victor Martins then. An ART driver right on the back row. Rafael Villa-Gomez and Juan Manuel Correa will be row number 10. Then we have Kush Maini and Zach O'Sullivan, an ART driver and Victor driver on row number 9. Richard Shaw and Tomo Miata will be on row number 8. Dennis Hauger and Pepe Marti, the Red Bull Junior driver, will be on row number 7. Then we come to Enzo Fittipaldi. He was involved in that incident yesterday. Taylor Barnard disqualified from the race. Our winner from yesterday, Franco Colapinto, will be on row 5 along with Amory Cordeal, who got his best result. Roman Stanek next along with Paul Aron, who was on the podium yesterday. Then Joshua Dirksen for AIX Racing after his best qualifying is alongside the boy from Barbados. Isaac Hadjar is alongside the only Italian driver, Andrea Kimi Antonelli. And then on the front row, Ollie Behrman for Prema Racing, the Italian team, alongside Gabriel Bortoleto, who has never had a podium in Formula 2. Ollie Behrman trying to get his first podium of the season. So
yeah, it's going to be a very entertaining race. Beside me in the commentary box is Richie and Omi, and Richie, starting with you. Welcome to F2's box. Very low for the start as per normal. I have not spoken in 40 minutes, and that was on an order from Jess. So I've not spoken. I'm fine. I'm feeling a bit better. You drink alongside, but hello, Richie. How are you doing?
I am doing very well, Josh. I think F2 is brilliant. We've got F2 coming up shortly. I think we're in for a very exciting race, and also Prema. That seems that this weekend the car looks like it performs how it should. Second and fourth, obviously, you know, they've had some poor runs in the past, so I'm hoping that Prema can get themselves with a victory, get themselves onto the podium, especially with Kimi Antonelli, who's still, I believe, still yet to get a podium in this season, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Jack
yeah,
Doohan
it'll be
watching on as
very
well.
exciting.
Yeah, Dylan watching on, but this should be a very interesting Formula 2 race. Bortoleto, let's see if he can also get a podium. The Tifosi out there getting ready to watch Formula 2 and to see how Oliver Behrman mainly gets on as well. Let's see if he's going to be able to take victory from second.
Let's hear then from what the top three, Isaac Hadjar, Ollie Behrman and Gabriel Bortoleto have to say. They were talking before today's race, after qualifying, about what they expect this weekend. P1 first.
Actually, it was just relaxing and putting the lap together, you know, doing a normal lap, not trying to be the hero or do the best lap of all times. And I think Melbourne and Jeddah was a little bit of that, actually. I was trying to always be there, like P1 or, you know, top 3, so maybe sometimes I couldn't and I was not accepting it, or even if I had the car to do it, I was just going a little bit over the limit. And in F2 it's not like F3 that you can play a lot, the car is much lighter. You actually feel it much more when you do a mistake or when you snap. I understood my mistakes and I learned from it, and I think now we could actually put it together.
So as he comes up towards the top after Acqua Minerale in towards Variante Alta, let's see if Bortoleto can do it. But Behrman, of course, only trying to get his first win of the and podium of the season.
He's really trying to kickstart his season, is Ollie Behrman. Let's see if he's going to be able to do it. Pole position not always is going to be leading into turn one. We often see different starts, possibly from third, possibly from second. So who knows how this one's going to go. Antonelli's going to be hoping that this time that he actually doesn't bog down off the line, because we've already seen that many times this season. We saw it in the Saudi sprint race, we saw it in yesterday's sprint race as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how he's going to get off the line. But let's hope he gets off the line very well.
What about you, Richie? What are you expecting down to turn one?
I expect a couple of moves, maybe a little bit of chaos further back, but I think near the front it should be I think it should be fine, hopefully. But then again, you know, every time we say something, it always gets cursed. I still remember when I said that Perez was the only one not to make a mistake in Australia, and well, been to 2 laps later, so.
Jess is down in the pits for us. Jess, what are you making of it all?
Well, hopefully more overtakes than we saw in the race yesterday, because there was hardly any. It was a bit quiet. So I really do hope it's more entertaining, but less chaos, please, because otherwise Josh's voice is going to get it.
Antonelli's gone over the yellow line. Antonelli's gone too far forward in his pit box.
Oh, he's going to get disqualified.
That's going to be too much. It would have triggered the sensor, so Antonelli's effectively jumped the start. So he's gone too far forward. That might be a penalty to watch out for when the lights go out. Victor Martins lines up the back. It's pole position for Gabriel Bortoleto. Oliver Behrman is alongside him. We wait for the lights to come on. The green flag's in the back. Here come the lights for the start of the feature race. Racing in Imola, and it's a good start from Hadjar. He's going to jump to the inside line. Ollie Behrman gets a lightning getaway, gets the lead as we head down towards Tamburello. The field almost split in two. Bortoleto's dropped back into about 4th position. Isaac Hadjar goes through into 3rd position. Gabriel Bortoleto has not had the start he wanted. Antonelli didn't get a great launch either. Joshua Dunscan's come up out of nowhere and is moving up into about 5th position. Behrman leads as we come into the Villeneuve chicane. Paul Aron trying to have a look around the outside of Zane Maloney. A little bit of a dust kicked up further back. Martins moved up about 4 places as well. Correa and Villa Gomez dropping back as well. Brilliant start as they come through. Behrman, though, leads this race as we head up to Piratella.
Yeah, a bit of a poor start there from a couple of rows at the front, and that allowed Joshua Dirksen to get up into 3rd position. Brilliant start from Joshua Dirksen as well. That's a bit of a battle there with Amory Cordelia involved as well, with a few behind, all looking to battle for position just below that top 10. But of course, a poor start for Bortoleto and a poor start for Kimi Antonelli, who both dropped down to P4 and P5. This will be, I believe, Cordelia under defence from one of the PHMs as they head their way through the Variante Alta for the first time, and a very good opening start. No one really getting into contact yet, but we'll see what happens. That's Victor Martins looking to make a move, but can't quite find it.
Martin stays in 20th position as they come into it as well. Into Ravazza for the first time. Behrman, Hadjar, Dursco, Bortoleto, Antonelli, Maloney, Stanak, Colapinto, Aron, Barnard, Cordeal, Verschoor, Fittipaldi, Marty, Hauger, O'Sullivan, Maeta, Correa, Crawford, Martins, Maney, Villa Gomez coming through as we come through.
Absolutely great getaway for Ollie Behrman. Bortoleto dropping down to 4th. That's not what he wanted. Dirksen doing very well, as well as we see Fittipaldi storming around the outside of Amory Cordial. Marty also getting past Dennis Hauger, and Hauger being pushed off wide slightly, and that's going to allow Zach O'Sullivan, who is going to move up to P15, and Britannia Miata's off the road.
Miata goes through the grab on the exit of Tamburello. He gets it back on. Martin's looking at the inside now as well. I don't know what's going on with my camera on the battle screen. Hopefully it's okay as it comes through into it as well. Martin's got damage from wing now. He looks okay, but he's still stuck in 20th position as we come around Toza.
Yeah, and then we can see as well Marnie battling with Miata for P20 as well, and Martin's up into P18 looking to get himself past Crawford as soon as he can to try and at least have some hope, as that's going to be a bit of a send there from Marnie around the outside of Miata in towards Piratelli. We saw that earlier on in Formula 3. This time the opposite way around, from the outside. An overtake being made, and Villagomez then in 22nd looking to catch up to the rear of Miata at the front. We can still see it's Behrman that leads ahead of Hadjar, ahead of Dirksen, ahead of Bortoleto and Antonelli, the top 5.
Bit more F2 this one than yesterday, of course, as well. Bit more action all the way throughout the field. Dirksen doing very well to stay also very close to Isaac Hadjar, doing very well in the AIX racing car as well, as they come over the line once again then. And now we're going to start to get back in a bit of a rhythm though, with the DRS now opening, so let's see if anyone's going to be able to find any moves, but we're going to start to get in a rhythm like yesterday, but let's hope it's a bit more exciting.
Lou says the same thing as well, actually. No accident in that one. Bortoleto dropped to 4th, Behrman in the lead, Martin in 20th position now. Of course, he's moved up to 18th, passing Hauger and Maney on that last lap around as they come into it. So Behrman, and let's take a look at the start then, on board. This was when the lights went out. Bad start for Bortoleto. Great launch from Behrman and from Hadjar from the 2 and 3 positions.
Yeah, and also you can see Antonelli as well, very poor start as well. He dropped back a little bit as that was one of the cars up the inside in towards turn number 2. We can see as well, obviously, Bortoleto down to P4, and it's going to be hard for him to try and recuperate that because it's so hard to overtake around this circuit. There's going to be a lot of work required here from Gabriel Bortoleto. This is the start from Kimi Antonelli. Yeah, just couldn't quite get up the line very well, and you know, you consider how bad Bortoleto's start was from the fact that Kimi had a bad start and he caught up to Bortoleto and towards the Tamburello chicane.
It was Dirksen who got really, really good drive. Then Antonelli had to go a little bit wide here to allow Zane Maloney, who was the car on the inside. And this was the battle behind, of course, as Marty fought his way past. Hauger got pushed off. Zach O'Sullivan managed to get through. Then Hauger will rejoin, and that forces Rutama Miata off wide. Both dams say thank you very much, and they both pick up 2 places.
So Hadjar does a 1:39.30, fast lap of the race so far. He's got the DRS open on Ollie Behrman. He's going to try for a move down into Tamburello. Behrman puts his car dead centre through the chicane. Hadjar can't really find anything so far. Antonelli's holding back to Zane Maloney as well as they exit through down towards the Villeneuve chicane. So they're still finding it out. Better places.
Love it.
It's been better. It's been a bit better. I know I didn't see the F2 sprint, but Omi said that it was. I think he said there was like no overtakes after lap. Was it lap 6 or something, Omi?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We only got like 3 overtakes all the race.
Oh, it's definitely not ideal, but tyre-wise.
Oh, we've got the tyre graphic in F2 for once. Wow.
Wow. So that's Cordial, Correa, Crawford, well, hang on a minute.
So, on the hard we've got Cordial, Marty, and then we also got Correa, Martins, Maney, and Villagomez. Rest on top.
Yeah, couldn't work that out actually myself. My camera finally working again. Yeah, here we go. Antonelli's not doing good. He's in P5, but not on DRSO with Bortoleto, says Luke. You can tell that on your screen as well, because it's just not gaining the traction that they need as they come into it. So Behrman leading this race comfortably. Even we know he's got that fast start, can't catch up. Mandatory pit stop, remember, in this race as well at some point. That they have to contend with. A few lockups as well coming into the braking zone. But yeah, everything looking okay so far. Desperately trying not to do the big shouty bits. I'm trying to save my voice for the F1 and of course the Indy 500 pole day. I'm not doing the All-Star race. Go on.
I was going to say, Hoger splitting the 2. Dams there in P17, making that move ahead of Correa, and this is on board. Well, not on board, off board. Looking at, I believe that was Paul Laurent in P9 at the moment. Obviously, second in the championship, so he would like to definitely move up from 9th position, as well as, of course, championship leader Zane Maloney in P6. He would also like to get past Antonelli and try and catch up to that top 2 train. But so far, still a job here from Joshua Dirksen in 3rd position. As full starts has been noted for Kush Maini. So that is definitely not what he would have liked. And I think so far, Kush Maini's been a brilliant driver this season. And this one round just hasn't gone well for him at all, has it, Josh?
Has not, as we see Beth in the chat. Hi, Beth. Why isn't doing F2 this year? Lou's correct. He's focusing on his Alpine drive, but also lost funding as well in the seat. So Dewitt not in it this year, but will be racing, I'm told, in 2025. And Dewitt will also get several F1 tests this season in the Alpine. So it's not a complete loss so far as they continue. On to lap 6 of 35 then. And Hadjar's closed up on Behrman. The gap now 0.3 of a second as they come into it. 0.386 difference.
Yep. Bit wide for Fittipaldi up against Cordial. Josh, also could you mute on Ninja, please?
Oh, sorry, yeah, because I rejoined.
Yeah, thank you. But Hadjar still running very close to the back of Behrman. So is Dirksen, also just trying to stay inside the 1 second. But Antonelli and Maloney right now together is all separated by 0.6. And it is very hard to overtake, and mainly with a bad qualifying, it's really hard to do anything from there. So it's a round to forget for Kush Maini, but he has been absolutely brilliant in all 3 rounds this season. Hopefully he's going to be able to recover when we go racing on the streets of Monte Carlo. And of course, we're going to have the 2-part qualifying, and it's not going to be one that which you can mess up at all, because it's going to be so hard to overtake. And Monaco Dirksen is coming into the box.
Early stop for him.
Yeah, very early.
29 laps on a set of hard tyres. That's going to be a long run.
I hope it's not an issue.
Yeah. And, well, Hadjar's coming in too from 2nd.
Yep, so some early pit stops there. So Behrman keeps leading, and it'll be Bortoletto who takes 2nd, and Antonelli in the top 3 with Maloney in 4th, and Stanek as well doing a very good job, isn't he? As he also heads into the pit lane along with Maloney. And Cordial as well. And Cordial, didn't he start on the hard tyres, it said on the graphic?
He did.
Or was he not pitting?
I think it's
I
gone
can't tell.
past.
No, he's staying out.
It's
confusing.
Yeah. Of course,
At least we've got a tyre graphic for once in F2.
Point.
difficult pit lane here, so they're all going to get locked up. There's Zane Maloney who gets released. Now, is Dirksen still going to come out ahead? No, it's Dirksen, isn't it? There's Maloney. What's going on with the tyre graphic? Yeah, Maloney comes out last overall. So is it Hadjar, Dirksen, Maloney, Stanek?
Mine's Stanek.
Stanek's jumped to position here. Well done, Roman Stanek. He's jumped ahead of Zane Maloney. Behrman box. So everyone is starting the soft tyres, getting it off this early to go to the to the medium compact tyre, which is the hards for this event. Bortoletto box as well from P2. So I presume Antonelli will be told the same thing as well to come into the pit lane at the end of this lap.
Yep, this is a Ron versus for short, P7 and P8 as they head down towards the Variante Alta.
Oh, a lot of curve there.
Oh, that was a big jump on the curve there. I'm sure the team will be saying don't do that again, because that is definitely not what you want to do. First of all, it can damage the floor. Second of all, it can also send you around, can't it? If you get too high in the air, you can't catch the car, and it can send you into a spin. Ooh, very close there. He's Paul on the rear of Verschoor, looking just to try and find a move. Oh, no, it's not Verschoor, sorry, is it?
Yeah, Behrman.
That's Colapinto.
Behrman, Bortoletto, Colapinto, Oran, Barnard, Fittipaldi, Crawford, O'Sullivan, Maeta, all coming into the pit lane. Antonelli takes the lead of the race then here in Imola, as this is Bortoletto. Is he going to get a safe release? Yes, he is. He gets straight out there. Here's Behrman off the ultras onto the mediums as well. Softer, harder this weekend. Gets out. Oh, he stalled the engine! He stalled the engine! Oh. Behrman's season continues to go miserable, and he stalled the engine. I don't believe it. He's going to drop so far down the order. Oh, Ollie! Go, go, go! Oh, he stalled it again! He stalled it again! Second stall!
Oh my god.
Oh, and Prema don't know what to do. Third time's a charm as there's a move going on there at the exit. Is that Hadjar getting past Bortoletto? It is. Hadjar becomes effectively the race leader. Oh, and Behrman from the lead of the race. It goes from bad to worse. He's F2 season in 2024 and the race will just put him in Formula 1.
Big shame there for Oliver Behrman to now come out behind Fittipaldi, and it could have been a very good race for him, but that race looks like it's been undone already after 8 laps and 2 stalls in the pits, as Antonelli's also told to box for his, I believe, set of hard compounder tyre. As Vershaw still in second ahead of Cordial, and then we got Pepe Marti in P4 and Correa right at the top 5, of course. All those down to P9, still yet to make a pit stop. Antonelli down to the pits.
Cordial leads. Duck. Everyone duck. Just run. That's it. It's not going to work now. So Antonelli, don't stall it, Kimmy, and you'll do fine. 21st.
Comes.
Behrman's,
I hope he doesn't stall it.
Behrman's in 21st position now. Yeah, good stop there from Antonelli. So Antonelli now becomes Prema's opportunity to win this race for sure, and Hauger join him in the pit lane.
Let's see, does he come out in the lead? I think he might do.
Did Taylor Barnard stall as well, Lou's saying? Apparently Barnard
Barnard
stalled.
lost time.
Barnard stalled apparently.
So will Bortoletto be ahead of Antonelli? Yep. And keep an eye on Dougson, who's got his tyres up to temperature, crucially.
And look at that, exit of Tamburello, he's breezed through around the outside! Fabulous move from Joshua Dunscan to get ahead of Andrea Kimi Antonelli on the exit of Tamburello. You were right, Omi, hotter tyres, and that was a fabulous move.
Fabulous move indeed, great stuff there for Dougson moving up, and that's a crucial move because you don't want to be stuck behind. And now he's currently in a net third. It's Josh Dougson, but Hadjar's got a good gap at the front, and that's exactly what he needs as he chases back-to-back feature race wins.
The TV pictures are right, because they're glitching on my side.
Yeah, mine just said on the log times that that Hager's retired. It's an egg. Rather confusing, as we can see some more moves being made. Oh,
Don't worry.
You just refresh me.
no, they're back. There we are.
Yeah, my laptop is being incredibly slow. There we
Just
go.
waking up. It needs a bit of a longer wake up, Josh, than normal.
Hang on. I'll get my special hammer.
Still leads ahead of Pepe Martin second. The net lead is Hadjar ahead of Bortolo, ahead of Dirksen, ahead of Antonelli and Colapinto, and we'll see what those guys can do. And that's technically what? 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 teams in the top 7.
This is incredible at the moment. Cordial leading the race for so long. Let's see what they can do.
Look at that gap though for Hadjar. 3.1 seconds is the gap between Hadjar and Bortoletto. Then it's another 2 seconds back to Dirksen and another 2.7 back to Antonelli. So Antonelli must have struggled to get those tyres warmed up as he dropped, what, 2.5 seconds in 1 lap.
Yeah.
Behind Joshua Dirksen, who I've got to say, he's having a really, really good weekend, isn't he?
Surprising me, actually, how good a weekend he's having. Sorry, Amy, go on.
Yeah, absolutely as well. Of course, Bardi sprint race yesterday caught up in the incident. This was Zach O'Sullivan versus Hauger, and this was all the way around the outside of Toza to make his way through. So great stuff by Zach O'Sullivan. Of course, still yet to get his F2 season properly up and running. He's struggled a little bit so far. But yeah, Dougson doing absolutely incredibly well. All started in qualifying, went wrong yesterday with the crash on the opening lap. But he's been able to recover, and he's currently on for a podium in an AIX racing car.
Well, that's wrong because 7 down have all pitted, so 8 down have all pitted, so they can't be on soft tyres.
They're going soft.
They
aren't.
They have to be on hard. They're on hard, so everyone's on hards right now, and the timing tower's wrong. So that current tyre graphic is wrong.
It's not updated, hasn't it, since the start?
Ignore that. It's not right. Now they've stopped. Look, now they've changed the pit stop. Someone realised.
Maloney on the back of Stanek, looking to try and fight for position. That's net P6, I believe, in this race, or net P7. As we'll see when the top 60 start to come in, because they can go quite a while in these hards. You know, some of these in this grid now, like Hajar and I think it was Dirksen, are taking their tyres 29 laps. So we'll see when the top 6 choose to pit. It should be quite late. You should see those pit maybe around 24, 25, maybe a little bit earlier, because you can run a little bit longer with tyres when you've got less fuel. So we'll see what that top 6 choose to do. The gap 22 seconds between Villagomez and Hajar, and that gap is coming down slightly as the laps get underway. Laps have a 35, so still around 10 laps to go before we see before we start to see those top 6 think about pitting.
Into Marianti Alta. That's Antonelli in P10 with Cordial. Sorry, Colapinto just behind him, the Polo on. Stanek Maloney call for him for sure. Safety car would be good for Behrman right now. Bring him right back in. Oh, Hadjar. 1:30.660.
It would be good for Ollie Behrman, but at the same time, it would also be a little bit tricky for him to overtake still as well, because it's kind of already a race ruined for Ollie Behrman with how it was yesterday. Of course, Antonelli and Behrman both dropped down due to avoiding incidents and bad starts, and they both couldn't make their way up to as well. So yesterday in the sprint race, so it is hard to it is very hard to overtake, as I mentioned. Only 3 overtakes yesterday.
Yeah, it was a boring race after that opening crash up the line as well. We all practically fell asleep. The sprint race was dull. The feature giving us a little bit more of an interesting prospect. The F1 later, though, should be quite entertaining, especially with Norris and Max, the rematch, they're calling it. Lando v Max round 2.
I'd say Leclerc's more of a target. Oh, Kushmani gets a penalty.
That'll be for the
5
false...
seconds, I presume.
Is that for a false start? He was under investigation, wasn't he?
Yeah, must have been.
Not telling us why, but he's got it. Yeah, I think you're right. Leclerc's got an advantage here to get through somewhere.
Indeed. And also, I'm going to say, what happened to Arthur Leclerc in F2? Where did he go to? I haven't seen much of him at all.
Yeah, he's not continuing in F2 this season.
Where, no, another series somewhere?
Got bumped for Antonelli.
Well, he's still part. Well, he's still part of Ferrari. Still has some ties, even though not fully part of our academy. I can't remember from the top of my head where he's now racing. I heard it was going to be in. For last year, I heard it was going to be in some Italian championship, probably. But
did he go GT?
I haven't checked.
Is it still block? Is it still Block Pan GT, or is it just the FIA GT Championship now? Whatever that is. What used to be Block Pan. He's gone. I think he's gone over there for some races.
Oh, has he?
Last time I heard.
Maybe.
A bit of Pelder gets ahead of Miata, and still, Behrman not able to find a way past Miata. He's still stuck down in 21st position, so this race is just not going at all well for Behrman anymore. Looking to gain in on Miata, but can never find the move, and yeah, big shame indeed, as we can see. Yeah, that's going to be Cordial, I think. They're looking just to get himself settled in. No, it's not Cordial, because he's leading. It'll be Aaron, who's there in P12. And that's number 5, I believe. That is Sam Maloney looking to gain in on the back of Stanek yet again. And as Omi said before, yeah, you can't... No one can overtake around this circuit, can they?
Unless you're really close out of the last corner. And then you can get a bit of a run, and then it's always tight into the first turn. Maloney could have a chance if he keeps the gap as it is, but they are struggling to follow a little bit. So let's see if Maloney can try get past Stanek. Has to be close through this part of the lap. You've got to be at least around the 5/10 margin, and it seems like he is around the 5/10 margin. So he could have a little bit of an opportunity down to Tamburello.
Weaving already Stanek to try and get Maloney out of the tow. Maloney's going to go so much faster into braking, pulls the inside line, and Stanek shut that door into Tamburello. Massively cut across it. Hauger's done a 1:33.08. Fastest lap of the race so far. He's down in 17th position as well at the moment. Remember, the top 6 yet to stop. So effectively that puts him 11th. Here's Marty.
You're late. Can I have some info? Repeat what you have to say. I said, are you awake? Can you give me some info?
Well,
It is disconcerting.
Well, it's all going well for Jose Maria Marty, isn't it, today? Who's in P2?
That is a weird radio. Are you awake? I actually was laughing at that.
Can you give me some bleep info?
Yes. Some people are joking about that Paul Aaron for yesterday in the lead, and then Colin Pinto just right at the end. But maybe Marty just engineer just following the races, starting to be.
Okay, a little bit of a lag there. Maloney saying he's moving under braking. Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
Well, it certainly looked like it was close to it. As we'll see what Maloney can do this time around. Looks a little bit closer to the rear of Stanek as they head down towards turn 2, the Tamburello chicane, looking to try and find a way past to the inside. Brakes later, can't brake later enough, and still is behind the back of Roman Stanek, who's doing a brilliant job at defending in his Trident in P13. And we'll see when can Maloney find his way past as they head in towards the Villeneuve chicane, and they're allowing likes of Crawford to close in there, and Verschoor as well, who is sitting behind in P15 and P16. So we could have a brilliant battle here between Maloney, Stanek, Crawford, Verschoor, and even Hager, being as he's had some brilliant pace on those new tyres.
Up the hill into Piratella. And he really has. Oh, and Paul Aron, a pit lane infringement has been noted by the stewards.
Interesting indeed.
Yeah, I wonder what they did. I didn't spot anything coming across it. I tell you what, Omi, can you just text Alex Jakes and ask how he dealt with a sore throat in Bahrain, please?
I remember Alex Jakes was arresting for a few races.
Right, I'm off. Bye.
Oh, it was
Well,
it was
JP.
F2. It was F2 where Chris McCarthy filled in.
I'm not going to get that
Well,
luxury. Go on.
well, JB, Alex Jakes skipped everything else. Only did the F1. So you're already behind on that one.
We've got a plan for Porsches, Josh.
Good. I'll just stand here and look pretty. You lot can do it.
Oh, no further investigation for
Yeah.
Aaron, as that is Maloney again.
Here we go,
to the
Maloney
outside
lost
this
the Stanek.
time.
Can we get it?
Maybe a switchback. Is he going to be brave to Villeneuve? And they're also inviting Crawford into this battle.
You can't get it into
No.
Villeneuve. Down into Toza. It's down much as well. Stanak's lifting and coasting through the corners. Maloney's going to look to the inside line at Toza.
Oh.
Can't get it there.
He's got to be careful. He's got to be careful. Half moves could also allow Crawford to do it as well, so he could be from the attack to the defense. And these three not separated by anything. Crawford right on the back of Maloney.
And yeah, Crawford's going to find a way through the pair if they're not careful here, especially as we come up towards Aqua Minerale. Look at that. Maloney now having to go defensive, and Stanek makes a bit of a mistake coming through there. Here's Maloney's radio.
Man, he's a way to go around.
It's called defending. We're riding with him. He's not doing anything wrong, this Stanek. He's doing just about what's legal to be defensive driving, so it's actually a good defense of Stanek. Maloney's going to have to find a way through on his own.
He is, and the issue is Crawford's closing in behind him as well, and then behind that, Verschoor is within a second as well, or at least he was for a little bit, as they head their way down in towards the two Ravazzas, and we'll see another battle emerge down towards the Tamburello chicane, and still Stanek leads that little train with Maloney, and then followed by Crawford, and Verschoor is within a second, and Hager also closing in to be within a second of Verschoor. So we'll see when Maloney can get the move done, but he needs to find it soon, otherwise he's going to be under lots of pressure from those behind. Gaining into the inside goes Maloney, can't get the move done, has to back out. Crawford looking to close in as well to try and capitalise. That'll be what he's doing there, sitting there waiting for Maloney to make a mistake, to go a bit too deep and to send a move that didn't work. That is what Crawford wants Maloney to do. He's loving this, isn't he, there behind these two battling hard.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed. And right now, of course, Stanek. I think we have to say that Stanek is doing better this season than last season as well. So I think Stanek's improved slightly, of course, fighting more near the top in some occasions. So great to see Stanek taking a little bit of a step forward this year.
Definitely, yeah, doing a brilliant job. Well, I think you can say the same for Crawford as well. I think he's really stepped up this season, at least, from what we've seen so far. He was getting better at the end of last season, but this season he's had a very good start indeed, and the next radio.
You're doing a good job, Roman. Keep it there. They cannot overtake you unless on the main straight. They're gonna destroy their tires following you.
I agree.
Well,
Perfect.
Wise words from the Trident team. They know what they're doing. They're loving this, aren't they? They're sitting there like, well, Maloney can keep, he can keep fighting all he wants, but it ain't going to work because it is going to be very hard for Maloney to get a run down towards the Tamburello chicane. And actually, Crawford's there very close to the rear of Maloney.
I think we're going to see Crawford make a move here towards Tamburello. Maloney's going to have to go defensive for once, and now look who's moving onto braking. Now look who's moving around. Yeah, it's Maloney. I would swear, but I can't. Controversial question: is Antonelli overrated? He's not. He's not. But I'm not seeing what.
I think he is.
He's very overrated because everyone. The thing is, a lot of fans don't follow F2. They just see, oh, Antonelli's going to go to F1. Then everyone's like, oh, he's the best. A lot of people don't know who he is.
Okay, in that
a lot of
respect,
people never watched him in Fracca either.
He was a good karter. He was a good Euro Formula, and then he's been a bit questionable.
And my question is, why did he not go straight to F3? Because I think getting that experience in F3 would have been more useful than skipping to F2, in my opinion. So he's overhyped.
I think he works well in F2. He's got the pace, so
Yeah.
I think going to F3 would not be the best idea because it's
he's
not
doing-
like
That's fair enough.
it's not like he's going to F2 and gone boom to the bottom, is it? I suppose.
Well,
But
Bahrain.
I don't know. It's each their own, isn't it? There's so many different things he could have done. It's hard
Bahrain.
to-
Yeah, he is doing better than most drivers, we have to say. Australia nearly put it on pole, so he's getting there. I think we are going to soon see a pole position for
But
him
he's
and
not
a
the
win.
driver that was like, oh my god, he's
Yeah.
so great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely. I
he's
don't know
not
why
that.
people
He's
overrate
not
him
that
high.
yet. He's not that yet, but he will be soon.
Maybe.
Yeah,
It's all possible.
Yeah.
Hauger on the back of a
See
sure.
there.
Too far back.
It kind of annoys me both ways of how sometimes people of course, hate on him for no reason when they haven't watched the F2 race.
Yeah.
And they also keep overrating him as well. It annoys me
Put more
both ways.
pressure on him. He puts too much pressure on him because people leak him at Williams
Yeah.
didn't after Imola. I don't know what people even thought of saying that because I don't think Mercedes actually ever thought they was going to do that.
Apart from Natalie
That's a bit of
Pinkham.
a false claim.
Yeah. Honestly, why we're stuck with the B team this weekend, I don't know.
Maloney needs to go back.
But that needs to go.
Crawford is angry. What? By the way, why is Alex Jakes not here this weekend?
I don't know. Everybody seems to be like on like we had the the A list, and then we got the B list presenters this weekend across the whole board, and it's really bizarre.
No, but Harry Benjamin's good, Josh.
That's true. Harry's good. And
See.
yeah.
Alex must be doing something different this weekend then, mustn't he? Unless he's just having a week off like Crofty is.
Yeah, he might be just taking a week off. Yeah.
They might just be saying, well, if
Alexis,
Crofty's not going to be there...
Crawford's nearly going for it on Maloney, but I don't know why, but I kind of think Alex's voice doesn't seem like the best.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, take him. I can speak from experience in a second as we see Crawford now really angry, going to try and get ahead of Zane Maloney as he comes down towards Tamburello. Pulls to the outside, and again, now look who's doing the bad driving. It's Zane Maloney, not surprised. And look, he's gone wide. Maloney's gone wide, coming out of Tamburello. Crawford's found the exit speed as well. Outside of Villeneuve, that's a very good position. Maloney's going to drift it wide. Crawford knew it, backs out, gets the toe up towards Tozer. And look, Maloney's now weaving under braking. It's now Maloney doing the bad driving. Hypocritical. From
Crawford's got a good run though.
He's got the outside line coming to Piratella. Out of Tozer. Come on, up the hill. He's going to have the inside line. Fantastic move from Crawford, and he goes through. Beat that, Maloney.
So we don't like Maloney then, do we, Josh? Well, at least you don't, it seems.
well, Josh doesn't.
He was complaining about Stanek moving under braking when Stanek was doing great defensive driving. And then, in my opinion, Maloney's just gone and done a million times worse at driving by actually moving 3 times.
We need to risk everything to pass it anyway, if we don't pass it.
Well, at least he's being honest.
Rating, you need your voice for F1.
Crashing coming, I think, between these two.
It'd be interesting. It'd throw something into the race, wouldn't it?
That is true.
Actually, Ooh, Malone's not that far back, and I don't think Crawford's got DRS either on the rear of Stanek. No, he hasn't. But this one could still get more interesting here. And Malone's engineers, well, made it clear what happens if they don't get past him, so...
I'm not...
There's been some very foul language, hasn't there, in him? I don't know what it is, but we've had about 5 radios of, well, some very bad words. Yeah, 5 different radios, it's been bleep, bleep, bleep.
I can't read out what Beth says in case I ever end up working with these people, but I do not agree or disagree with that. I agree with what Beth says in the chat.
I never know what she put. Let's have a look what she put. I didn't see
I agree. I think, honestly, the whole UK presentation lineup from Sky needs a major refresh.
I agree heavily.
Yeah, it's gone very stale.
Don't like it at all.
Personally, I would more like to see more of Bernie Collins.
And also can't stand Danica Patrick either.
I don't think anybody can stand Danica Patrick at the moment. Jensen Button rolls his eyes every single time. It's getting quite comical.
I mean,
now.
Bernie Collins should be on there every week. She's brilliant. I think she's one of the best.
Bernie is great.
I want
And
Bernie
also,
in the box.
is it on F1 TV? Is it Sam Collins, the one with the afro?
Yes, Sam Collins is there. He's brilliant.
Yeah, he's brilliant as well. I love him. Amazing.
F1 TV, I think, has got the strongest presentation lineup of them all. If they added Martin Brundle...
And Julian Palmer is a great analyst.
Yeah.
Like, he brings up the energy when he needs to, but he's got the knowledge, because he's a previous F1 driver, to bring to the broadcast.
But I also thought that Nico Rosberg did a good job in... Was it China?
Yeah.
The only thing I hated about him was that he interrupted team radios.
Yeah, I think he needs to learn more commentary etiquette, but I think when I think he's not biased, he's very neutral, so he says it how it is, you know what I mean? He isn't worried.
Whereas Crofty, you can tell he's biased.
Crofty's been told what to say, isn't he? He's been right, make sure you say something about this guy, make sure you say bad about him, but Rosberg's like, yeah, well, that was bad, wasn't it? What's he doing?
Hello,
but
Josh.
funny, really.
Just hiding under the desk, it's fine. My ideal lineup would be F1 TV, add Martin Brundle in.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Yeah.
Brilliant, Martin Brundle is.
Martin Brundle's a good lead commentator as well.
Yeah,
See, but I think that
Why?
if F1 TV tried to get someone like Brundle, then Sky Sports would figure something out to get the best lineup, wouldn't they?
yeah. Can I say,
They've got enough money.
I have no idea why, with the 3 races that Crofty's not doing, they don't give it back to Martin Brundle for 3 races. I don't get it.
But he's not really a lead, though, is he?
He did do the lead though in 2011, and he was bloody good at it as well, I must add.
He was
Yeah,
Canada. In Canada, he was the lead. 2011, one of the best races.
Yeah.
Josh, that was 13 years ago.
And he's still very good. He's still got the knowledge. He was
I think he's better as like someone who
liked-
people can pass to.
Oh,
I would have liked-
what's going on here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not as like a play-by-play, whatever you call it.
he
I would have
agreed.
liked Ben Edwards alongside Martin Brundle. That would have been good.
That's another good lineup. Martin agreed though.
And
That's
Ben. So anyway, on.
That's why when Martin went to Sky, he fell back to the co-com role. He felt that he did better there, but he enjoyed and learnt a lot about commentating in that year he was lead commentator.
Because he learned, because he had experience from like multiple lead commentators,
Yeah.
so he could be like, oh, I could do this. I would like
Well-
to see him lead commentate again.
I'm sure if you had the overall choice, I'm sure Murray Walker would be at the #1 spot.
Yes, yeah.
If he was still here, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I'd say one thing.
Yeah.
If Murray Walker was still with us and commentated on a race again, I would not commentate myself. I'd rather sit down and watch the race with Murray commentating. Not gonna,
Same,
not
same.
Yeah. I would happily just sit and watch Murray. So I would.
If you're wondering why we're talking about that, there's not much happening in F2 at the moment.
No, because
nothing has happened over the
Like
last 5
yesterday.
laps.
yeah, we're waiting for
That
the
would
top
be-
6 to come into the pit lane.
Which should be too far away. It's up 24. There's 11 laps to go. The top 6 should be pitting within the next 4 or 5 laps. Well, it's got to be within the next 4 laps, otherwise it ain't going to work.
Stanak's holding everybody up further back anyway, so the field's very spread out right now. And no further no further investigation for Stanek and Maloney moving under braking. Yeah, because there wasn't any moving under
Next
braking.
Crawford on Oh, Crawford on Stanek there.
Right, this is better now with a 13th position, which becomes the top 10 positions as they come into it. So Stanek's going to have to go really defensive, but Crawford's finding a lot of room coming in. Beth says sorry to distract you. There's nothing going on. It was a nice distraction.
Yeah.
I'd much rather that. I'm trying to think though.
I don't like.
Go on.
Yeah. DC, I don't really like though. The
Formula
the
E
energy
needs
down for F1.
He's all right.
I would have liked Alex Jakes and David Valsaki though. They missed an opportunity for this one.
They did.
Oh, he's brilliant, isn't he, Valsaki? I love him.
Oh, have you seen the video on Sky
Yeah,
Sports
I
Twitter?
saw it. Yeah, brilliant. I love him.
What did he do?
I love when people forget he's a GP2 champion as well.
Josh, I will show you after F2.
Oh, that sounds
Was it
good.
the one
Wasn't
Ravat
he-
suggests?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
like, I think it was during free practice too, I
Yeah,
think.
brilliant.
Yeah,
Sounds
that
like,
thing.
he sounded like Josh.
He
He's,
did.
like, he's looking everywhere, pointing. Oh.
That was entertaining.
It was brilliant.
Can't get my voice
And
out.
we're going to wait for a cart there.
There we go. That's
Okay,
Stanek.
big opportunity for Crawford now.
DRS open. Down to Tamburello. Outside. Swings in roundabouts and he's done it. Gets ahead brilliantly on Stanek there. So Crawford's been calm and methodical.
Yeah, it worked. Brilliant move indeed from Jack Crawford. Look at him while he dips the wheel into the grass. That was a scary moment for him, I think, as he headed out of the Tamburello chicane. And then behind as well, we can see that will be Verschoor and Haug are still looking to battle those two. Not really much has happened though, but they've just been following each other closely as Haug are closing in into Tosa. We head up the hill towards Piratella now, and you can see there, Cordial's a lot quicker than Dirksen. Oh, interesting.
So Cordial is still lapping faster with 10 laps to go. They'll change tyres in about 2 to 3 laps time.
I mean, Cordial's quicker on older tyres,
Yeah.
and they're both on hards.
I agree with what Beth says about the Sky Junior commentators as well, the F1 kids, especially the Britney
Actually,
comments.
Josh.
Yeah. Go on.
I'm looking at the live timings. They're pretty much all matching pace, apart from Bortoletto and Hajar.
You're right.
Everyone
yeah.
else is in the mid 31s.
It's insane how close they actually are on that timing screen.
I just realised, look at the gap between Bortoletto and Dirksen. It's 10 seconds.
Bloody hell.
Well, that's one thing we didn't pay attention to.
Well done,
Do you think you get all
Bortoletto.
crazy in the last 3 laps then?
Yes.
Better do. That's what we're here for, you know what,
Yeah.
we Jess?
Exactly, I hope so.
And if not, you've jinxed it now.
Stanek's gone Stanek's gone defensive on Maloney, so these two are back at it again.
Oh no.
Maloney's not happy one bit as he...
This isn't going to end well.
No, this will be a big one if they're not careful. And they've got Verschoor and Hauger directly behind them as well. To quickly touch on Beth's comment, I think Scarlett as well is a future F1 presenter. 100%. She's fantastic on the Sky Kids.
I like the ginger lad. What's his name?
Harry.
I don't know. I just know the young ginger lad.
I spoke with one of the F1 kids commentator, the one that they brought in quite recently. I'm good friends with him.
Ah.
He's a very nice lad.
Well, I
And
hope
he
so.
commentates for a lot of stuff, like karting and...
How does he?
Am I jealous?
And he did
Yeah.
and he did FE trackside as well in London for a few years.
I'll tell you this right now. If I got the... if I was younger, what, 10 years younger, I would have done that F1 Kids. So, yeah.
That would have been, for me, it would be like 14 years younger, 15 years younger.
Not
But
that
only
too
now,
dissimilar.
and for me, 3 years ago. No, about 6 years ago, maybe.
Nobody knows how old Obi is, and we're not going to say it on broadcast.
Nobody does. That's the thing. We all guess. It's like we don't know.
Well, Jess knows.
Oh, right.
I know, but
I
I'm
know
not
where old
saying.
I know where old Omi is.
Am I the only one who
Yeah.
doesn't know?
Josh Tito doesn't know either.
Yeah, but Josh, you're a little bit older, aren't you? You're too old.
Yes, I'm very old.
It would really scare you if you told you his
Too old.
age.
Too old. Too old.
If Josh is old, that makes me ancient.
Oh, wait, yeah, because you're older than Josh, aren't you?
Yeah.
Not by much. Not by much, I must add. Can I just point out? Not by much.
By 4 years, I think, because you're born in 99, I was born in 95.
Ah,
yeah,
yeah.
4
Right.
years.
And we've summoned a battle by talking loudly.
What?
Because now Hauger's on for sure.
There we go, he summoned it. You're welcome.
Somewhere I can hear my friend Heather, who's screaming that she's 30 later on this year.
Oh, don't remind me about that. That's me next year.
And I'm only 20 this year, so
Oh.
making you both feel very old.
I already felt old.
Enough about the ages, Richie.
Right, we'll see. What does Maloney and Stanek get up to this time? Because yet again, they're very close on the circuit. And also Hauger on the back of for sure. So the two Tridents got a lot of defensive work to do, and we'll see what happens next time they enter down towards the Tamburello chicane. But the issue is for those guys, that is also O'Sullivan looking to catch up as well into that train.
Cordial's got a great advantage here. He might win this race. It's Stanek again.
Lodi.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a bit of sparks.
Stanek's got to be careful here, otherwise he'll face retribution from the stewards.
Or he'll face the front wing of Maloney into his rear.
And then his fist coming straight at him as well.
I was going to say that as well. Fist to his face afterwards.
A la George Russell and Valtteri Bottas. Oh yeah, where's the rain that Josh T promised us? He said 40%. Where is it? It's dry.
When? For
Today.
what? Imola?
Yeah, he said it was going to be a wet race.
Last, I think it was about 4 days ago, I looked on the weather forecast. It was thunder. I said, please no, please no.
Man, he's moving on the braking. What the hell? This guy's just looking in the mirror and moving wherever I move.
What did you just do? Yeah.
Weather. Sunny with clouds. It's raining tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Moved a day.
So Josh T got it wrong.
Also-
It's hard to predict, isn't it? It changes all the time.
When he wakes up,
Hadjar.
gloat.
Sorry, Josh.
As I say, when he wakes up, gloat. Go on, Richie.
I was going to say, Hadjar's only 4 seconds back from Villa Gomez. 6 laps to go, so they are hoping for a safety car here, aren't they?
Yeah,
It's not going to happen.
Well. We've got Maloney and Stanek fighting.
Hadjar is 22 seconds now. 22 seconds back to Cordial. Yeah, so good pit stop here. Yeah, that's not going to work. This is going to be very tight. Add
How long
boxes
is the
lap.
pit stop in Formula 2? Where will Cordial come out? Be ahead of
Behind.
Dirksen, 35 seconds?
Yeah. He'll be third. Hadjar and Bortoleto will be 1-2.
Oh yeah, definitely. So Cordial's still on a very good strategy here, and to be fair, you know what? Cordial gets a lot of stick, doesn't he? He has been since he's been in the series, but this season particularly, he's done a good job as Correa.
Yeah.
He's into the pits on my timing. So yeah, Cordial, you've got to give him respect where it's due. You've got to give him the credit because he's done a brilliant job, hasn't he, this season so far for his standards.
Yeah, he's not been
You know, he's
rubbish.
been in the podium positions, he's been leading. You know, he's been doing a bit of everything this season, whereas last season it was back at the back all the time.
This lap is coming in. So he's going to come in this next lap. Well, we're on lap 30 now. So he'll come in at the end of this one. So 4 laps.
Right, where's it now?
What's the gap? Oh, actually, Cordial's pulled it back up to 22.1. So Cordial's keeping this gap quite consistent here. Cushmaney gets a second penalty at the race. 5 seconds. So he's got 10 in total. Yeah. Now,
So where's Correa going to come out?
13th. Oh. Okay.
48 seconds back. He was about 12 back from Cordial, so that would put Cordial around. He'll come out just behind Aaron, I think.
Stanek's dropped
Stanek's
down.
dropped down.
What happened there?
Has he lost his engine?
The wrong graphic
No,
just
it's
appeared
not
on the
going.
screen. Mania's had his earlier 5-second time penalty for a false start cancelled. So that was the wrong graphic. Mania's had his his time penalty cancelled. So Maney is
Cordial
fine.
Martin.
Yeah. Here comes Cordial into the pit lane. Martin's in 2. So Cushmaney is going to take the lead of the race, and he doesn't have a time penalty. No time penalty for Maney. It has been
He's
cancelled.
got to pit though, hasn't he?
He has gone to pit, but he's got the better advantage here. Come on, Ultra Soft's on. Drop the car, don't stall it. Rear tyre wasn't on correctly. That was a bad mistake from the pit mechanic. It's off! And it's off! The tyre's bouncing in the pit lane! They didn't get the nut on! And there's a loose wheel right in the centre of the pit lane! And they're going to release the cars! Cordea's out of the race! I don't believe it! I saw it, it wasn't on, the nut did not go on, and they dropped the car as it was spinning the rear tyre. Cordeal is out of the race, and the tyres flown down the pit lane. Is everyone okay? That's the question, because it bounced up in the air, and Cordeal is out of the race. I don't believe it.
No way.
And did Pepe Marti get caught up? I'm sure I saw his tyre fly off or something as well.
I swear there was something second one for Marty as well.
Because he looks like he was. It looks like he was bogged down on the left.
You know what's going to happen?
Marty's still in the pit lane.
Sauber later on.
Wait, I just saw. What
Marty's
about the pit lane? The pit
Marty's
lane's
tyres come
blocked.
off. Marty's tyres come off. Marty's tyre has come off as well.
Is the pit lane closed?
I don't know what's happening. I've got red.
The top two.
Yeah. So, Marty's hit.
Wow.
Two tyres have come off. Marty's
Yeah.
tyres come off. Pit lane is. Well, they're going to have to stop the race then. What's
Top
happening?
two have to
Red
pit.
flag it.
But hang on,
So
mate.
it's unfair for people who haven't pitted.
Maney's coming to the pit lane as Maloney gets ahead of Stanak. These two come to blows down at Tamburello, and Maney's into the pit lane. So Villa Gomez takes the lead. Hadjat to second, but what is happening here? So we've got Marty and Cordeal with tyres off, the pair of them in the pit lane, and I believe Marty here's a replay. So this is Cordeal. The rear tyre wasn't on. He comes out, it flies, it bounces off one of the tyres.
God.
How close was that? And what? Well, where's Maney then?
That poor
Here he
mechanic.
is. This is
Yeah.
Marty, and Marty doesn't have a tyre on either. So there was two tyres loose. One on the right, one on the left.
For Marty's, it wasn't that dangerous, but look at this. For
Yeah.
Cordeal, oh!
That
I
was nearly.
think the mechanic was a bit like spooked, and he's just put the tyre on it. Oh, he didn't screw it in. Look.
Yeah,
he
it
didn't.
wasn't
He didn't
on.
screw the tyre on.
Wasn't on at
That
all.
was his fault.
So the the two leaders of the race, 1 and 2, drop out due to tyre not being connected on either side. Marty out,
And
Cordeal
Hadjo and
out.
Portoletto are battling for the lead as well.
Yeah, and Kush Maney's in third place. And Marty, look on
Oh,
second position.
Hadjo's a bit slow. Hadjo's a bit slow.
Hadjo-
Portoletto might have a chance.
Hadjar was slow, and suddenly the F2 race exploded. I really need to get my voice back for this. Come on, Bortoletto, can he get through? It's like my voice has woken up all of a sudden. This is great. Bit of adrenaline, that sorts your
It's
problems
like,
out.
it's like the F2 gods have summoned you to say, Josh, make your voice better.
Yeah. If I don't cough, I might be all right for the next couple. Into the pit lane comes Villa Gomez. 3 laps to go, and we have a battle on for the lead. Look at Hadjar, moving left, moving right to try and find something. Bortoletto's trying to go on the outside, coming into Tamburello. He can't find it, locks up himself coming through. Down to the Villeneuve chicane. Can he find a way through? If I've damaged my voice for Formula 1 later, I will be furious. But this is great stuff. We've got a battle for the lead.
I hope Knox will have to
in
lead
third.
it.
Dirkson's still in third. He's going to be on for a podium this season, which is brilliant for him as well. And both dams in the top 10. And we'll see, where does Villa Gomez come out? I think he comes out behind Verschoor. Yeah, so he won't get into the points, which means Martins from last, or pretty much at the back, goes up into P10. Brilliant job from Victor Martin.
You were spot on, Richie. The right rear from Cordial's car hit the left rear tyre waiting to go on Marty's car. That mechanic was understandably distracted, hadn't yet got hold of the wheel gun, and Marty was sent out and the left rear came off completely. So a chain reaction with 2 tyres loose in the F2 pit lane. We saw that, do you remember, in Bahrain? We saw tyres coming off there
and
as
also
well.
Abu Dhabi 21, was it?
Yes, so yeah, we saw in F2 this year in Bahrain, I think in the feature race as well, we saw tyres come off and we had 2 cars retiring in the pit lane with the same issues. History repeats itself 3 months later.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? But look, now we've got a battle for the lead between Hadjar and Bortoletto down towards Toe on the gap there, just over 0.6 of a second. This could be a real cracking battle between 2 very new drivers in this series.
The lump in my throat is actually gone right now.
Yeah, you sound back to normal, Josh.
I
You
don't-
don't sound like you've woken up after about an hour of sleep.
I don't know what's happened really.
Joe.
Tommy, good job. 2 laps to go. Leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
Just leave me alone. I don't know. Yes, the lump in my throat seems to have vanished a bit. So that's fine.
It's like in the morning, you know, in the morning you always get
Yeah.
like a weird voice and then it
Yeah.
sort of wakes up. It's like that. So
Well, Josh.
it was like me a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
F2 damaged your voice. F2 may have recovered it.
That's true, yeah. If you want to see how I got a bad voice, I was commentating the restart on F2 yesterday, and all of a sudden, I just cough and lose my voice. I got
But
to,
luckily with the comms cam, Omi was able to see that and he kept going.
yeah. That was the quickest I ever got to the mute button. I can tell you. What's happened to the TV pictures? There we go. There we go.
Oh, it's 5 for me. It's been
Oh.
5 for me ages ago.
It's
That's fine.
It was glitching for me actually on the TV picture. The Sky had a problem.
One more chance.
Oh, I think he's a bit too far back. He's going to have to really go for it at Rarazza if he really wants to have a good chance of this.
Bortoletto wants his, if I'm not mistaken, first F2 victory. He's had some poles. Our F3 champion hasn't yet had a chance to do it. Final lap here at Imola. And Hadjar's going defensive. Bortoletto's got the DRS open as we head down towards Tamburello. He's keeping his foot to the floor. He's going to go for a lunge. Hadjar goes defensive in the braking zone. Bortoletto goes, okay, I'll get a good exit out of Tamburello and I'll fight you down towards Villeneuve and see who comes out at Toza.
Yep, nothing that he. Yeah, but I think he did it a little bit wrong there. Then someone lifting off so hard, and it allowed Hadjar, even though he went deep into the inside, to recuperate it on the exit of the corner. They're heading to Tosa now, and still Hadjar Hart looking to defend it, and Bortoletto has a bit of a snap on the entry. So I think he might be done here unless he can try and make a send in towards Piratella at turn number 9. He's getting in. Can he make a send? He can't. He stays behind Hadjar just for now, and I think it might be all over here, Josh.
He's getting close, but I think you're right. Into Aqua Minerale, up the hill towards Variante Alto we go, and a bit of oversteer coming as well. But there's only half a second between. It could be a run to the line if he gets a good exit out of Ravazza 2. Through now, into Variante Alta, down the hill towards Ravazza. Once again, we have a close finish in Formula 2 here at Imola in a feature race, but will it actually make a difference? Out of the last corner, boots it hard. Hadjar's got this one covered. Isaac Hadjar chose the right strategy. Birds fly, Hadjar scores and wins in Imola. Bortoletto second, Hadjar from a crash yesterday to race win today. Bortoletto, Joshua Durskin gets his first podium in Formula 2 with a fantastic race. Antonelli is fourth. Colapinto from Paul Aron, Crawford, Correa, Martins and Verschoor, the last points paying position. Oh, and round the outside, there is drama right at the end as across the line. That is now, that's Martins ahead of Verschoor, Maloney, Hauger, and that's O'Sullivan getting ahead of Maney for 13th. Isaac Hadjar wins.
What a race. What an ending to that race it was. Absolutely brilliant, wasn't it, the whole way through. But of course, it's brilliant to pinpoint Joshua Dirksen getting a podium after being criticised so much this season. You know, obviously, there's Hadjar's radio.
Come on, baby! Let's go! Yes! Yes! Oh, guitar! Oh, my voice is cracked!
Yep, now you feel.
Woo! Longest race of my life. Thank you so much, boys. Oh, la 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 la.
The red.
And how you feel. It's come back now. I got a grace period for a couple of laps. Now it's hurting again.
So did Paul Aron score points? Or not?
Yeah,
Josh?
P6. 6th, he got points.
Did Hauger score points?
No, P12.
Which means... okay, so which means
You know
Hadjar
why
will
you're-
take third in the standings.
You know why your voice was good up until we stopped? Oh, team radio.
Very good job there. Very good job. You were crazy fast again. Very good, mate. Thank you. Yeah. This is racing, right? Anyway, thank you, guys.
Yes, Jess?
You know what it is? Why your voice was okay during the last moment of the race? Adrenaline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shot of adrenaline fixes
you know-
everything. There's Durskin. What a drive.
What? Is that a podium? Come on! Come on, guys! Finally! You deserve it so much, guys. Thank you! Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. This was great. Oh, yes! Yes! Come on!
Joshua Durskin.
Is he a rookie?
Yeah.
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 F4
Wow.
to F2.
Frecker, yeah.
F4?
Frecker.
Brecker.
So the same jump as Antonelli?
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
when he come in, it was more like, why is he in F2 kind of question.
But now he's proven that he deserves to be in
The
F2.
first 2 rounds, he was, well, not very
Yeah,
good,
fast 3.
to put it
He
that
was
way.
just- yeah.
So,
Yeah.
brilliant.
They knew
Will
that
the
he's
Gomez
proven
style.
it.
Yeah, a little bit like, let's just think his pace this season so far, apart from this race, has been like Cordeal last year, pretty much, if not worse.
Oh, Cordeal. I feel bad for him.
Oh no, I
I
feel
do.
bad. I do. I was so hoping
You were
we
violating
could
Cordeal
get
yesterday, Josh.
something. Let's look at the gap in the championship. The top 3 separated by 9 points. Maloney, Aaron, and Hajar. Absolutely brilliant. And Maloney didn't get points in the end, so he must have dropped outside the top 10 unless he had a penalty.
11th.
I didn't think Maloney was
For
outside
sure.
the top 10 at the end.
For sure, passed him 0.6 of a second. Passed him on the last lap.
He was
yeah.
outside the points.
Yeah, you're right, Jess. The adrenaline shot that you get, now it's worn off. Voice returning to what it once was. So, how long have I got into a Porsche? We can't
Not
hear.
long, I
You're
don't think.
muted, Jess.
10:45.
Right, okay, not bad. Right, let's shut up and listen to the world feed for a bit. So I can have a break.
Third in the championship, just 9 points behind Zay Maloney, and he's starting to come into form, isn't he?
You want to stand well back from the podium when they give Joshua Dirksen a champagne bottle, don't you? Because he is very, very happy indeed. There's going to be champagne on the exit of Ravazza, I think, by the time Joshua Dirksen's finished celebrating that podium. And well done to him, Isaac Hadjar, being congratulated by the Campos team.
Yeah.
Red Bull Academy personnel, everyone else down there, and Dirksen absolutely loving it. And why wouldn't he be?
We've never, in all the years we've ran this championship, we've never had a driver from Paraguay on the podium in Formula 2. Joshua Dirksen made history when he entered this championship. Now he's on the podium. The whole country get behind him. Like I said, the president came to visit him in post-season testing. He is the highest level racer in that country, and he is doing such big things for them, inspiring many people, I'm sure, to get involved with motorsport. And congratulations to him. That result's going to go a long, long way, not just for him personally, but for people in motorsport in Paraguay.
Big day for Hadjar in the championship, up to 3rd. Very much in the hunt now, behind Maloney and Aaron, who maintain 1st and 2nd position. But he's driven himself into contention there, Hadjar. And I think he'll be very satisfied with that when he looks over the championship standings. 59 points for him, placed 68 in what is a very tight championship contest at the front of the Formula 2 standings. Campos also out front of the series now in terms of the team championship on 85 points with 1 point to Rodin.
Yeah, and Campos made a big signing, didn't they? When they took 2 Red Bull Juniors on, you felt they were going to do big things this year. They were quickest in that Barcelona in-season test we had just a few weeks ago, and they've come in with a statement result once again. Isaac Hadjar winning that test, and what a race the fans were treated to as well. The F2 feature race delivering, going down to the wire once again on both days. Went down to the last lap.
Yeah, it's a very particular flavour, isn't it, of race here in Imola. Bit slow burn in the middle, but then it kicks off, beginning and end. The management of the tyre and the brinkmanship at the end of those races is always spectacular.
And I think we're going to hear from our race winner now. Let's go down to Emmy Barkley, who is speaking to our race winner, Isaac Hadjar.
Isaac Hadjar, Huge congratulations. Now, off the high of that, just talk us through those last few laps, that massive battle. Amazing.
Yeah, it was really intense. Gabriele did zero mistake. He felt like he was the quicker guy today, but yeah, I did a few mistakes. He didn't, so he caught my DRS, and yeah, I had to defend. But yeah, it was clean racing, and I'm happy to take it.
It really looked like he was breathing down your neck there. There we got the images. How did it feel for you? He was really chasing after you. How did it feel for you?
I mean, since I overtook him when he was going out of the pits, and from there was a 3 seconds gap the whole race, and then he started to call me. I was pulling away again, and then I did one mistake, and he definitely called me, and yeah, I had to be precise.
Fantastic racer for you. Can you talk us through some of the challenges that you faced in those 35 laps?
Yeah, I mean, yesterday in the end I did 0 laps with the crash at the start, so the first few laps were really tricky, but I got in the rhythm pretty well. And then on the medium compound, I struggled quite a bit. And then once I understood the car, I could maintain a good pace. And yeah, it was all about having a clean start, which I did, and pit stop was great. Yeah, really happy.
Congratulations, brilliant for your championship standings. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Good to hear from our race winner, Isaac Hadjar. 2 drivers on the podium for the first time as well. Let's run through it then. 2 wins now for Isaac Hadjar. Back-to-back feature race wins as he charges up to 3rd in the championship. Gabriel Bortoletto takes his first Formula 2 podium. Likewise for Joshua Dirksen, who makes history for his nation in the Progress and takes the first ever points for AIX Racing. Kimi Antonelli on home soil P4 matches his best result. Then we had Franco Colapinto, Paul Aron, and some hard charges in Jack Crawford, Juan Manuel Correa, and Victor Martins, who came from dead last to P9 on that alternative strategy. Those alternative strategy runners coming through the field. Richard Verschoor rounded out the points runners. Then Zane Maloney, a disappointing day for championship leader. Then Hauger, O'Sullivan, Miney, Miata, Villagomez, Fittipaldi, Stanek, Behrman, Barnard, and then of course we had Cordial and Marty, who had those issues in the pit lane, taking them out of the race right at the end. It leaves just 5 points between our top 2, Maloney and Aaron. Hadjar next along, just 9 points back. Let's listen in to what the top 3 have to say.
He did no mistakes. I mean, he did one.
I did one big.
Yeah, actually. I also lost it like 2 times, almost gone. What's going on with my starts, man? Ooh. Wow. He's stole now.
He stole there.
Yeah, good ball. No, he didn't show much.
Had Bierman stått or Antonelli?
No, Bierman. How did Maloney finish?
Outside.
Really? Outside?
I think so.
That was close. Yeah, they killed my guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mate, that's
Another one!
another one.
Well, they're the drivers picking up what happened. The drama in the pit lane at the end. Appears everyone, thankfully, okay after that big drama. Of course, not what you want to see during pit stops. But
yeah, definitely not. Wax the wheel, luckily, doesn't it? Instead of the mechanic. And it's actually the wheel's not in the place the mechanic left it, which is why it's a moment to realise where it is and pick it up. But good to hear their thoughts. Gabriel Bortoletto there. Bemoaning his difficult starting form throughout this year, and of course he did have another one today. What could have been if he got off the line just that little bit better. Isaac Hadjar, of course, the really beautiful launch off the line set him up for a great performance.
Good to see Santiago Ramos down there was racing in Formula 3, knows these guys very well from championships before, knows this man very well from racing in Freca, the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine graduate, straight into Formula 2, and now puts Paraguay on the podium for the very first time in Formula 2. Well done, Joshua Dirksen. AIX Racing in the points for the first time. A first podium for Gabriel Bortoleto, the McLaren Junior as well. But it's 2 wins, 2 feature race wins on the bounce for Isaac Hadjar as he fires up to 3rd in the standings and puts Campos Racing top of the team standings. There we can see Invicta Racing cheering their driver Gabriel Bortoleto, 2nd feature race win for Campos Racing driver, and Red Bull Junior Isaac Hadjar. They'll be very proud with what they're seeing from him. Has come into form this year and is now in a real championship fight, as are Campos Racing, 1 point ahead of JBMotorsports in the team standings now. Proud day for Gabriel Bortoleto. I think he'll treasure this one. Would have wanted that victory, of course, but he can be very proud of his achievements. Came also close, but that's a trophy I think he will really treasure. Pole position for him this weekend and a 2nd place finish to go along with it. But this man, he will remember this day for a very long time. So will his country and the fans of motorsport in Paraguay. Well done, Joshua Dirksen, doing big things for motorsport in Paraguay and big things for AIX Racing. What a podium, what a race, Alex Buckle.
It really was a great contest to get. Congratulations to the podium winners. Dirksen, his first year in this series, of course, making that historical podium. Great for him, and great to see him so happy about it as well. A great race at the front between 2 hard-charging drivers. What more could we ask for from Formula 2 in Imola? In what is a very tight championship and a wide-open season, Chris, and only Aaron Hadjar and maybe on a longer shot Hauger at this stage of the year, really the contenders, but it can all flip around as drivers like Bortoleto continuously put in good performances and move themselves up towards the top of the standings.
They can indeed. It's going to be a very interesting end to this championship, but we've got a long way to go in this one. It's only round 5, well, either 4 or 5 of the season actually coming into it. Round next is going to be in Monte Carlo in a week's time as well. Lots of our pundits though, starting with Jess, who's moved up into the comms box as well. Jess, what did you make of that one?
Very crazy end, I have to say, from F2, but Isaac Hadjar drove really well. I know it was the strategy that put in there. Well done to Dirksen as well. He came all the way from Freca to Formula 2. We doubted him at the first half of the season. Let's hope his form continues for the rest of the season. And Antonelli finished 4th. Good race for him as well. Good recovery.
Richie's had to shoot, so Omi?
Yep, absolutely brilliant Formula 2 race. The championship battle is heating up next time we go to Monaco. Rain in the air, definitely across all 4 days. Anything is possible. Cannot wait.
Monaco is the next step for FIA Formula 2. It's going to be a classic. Thanks for your company here for Formula 2. Next up, the season opener of the Porsche Super Cup. See you soon. Bye-bye.